said Rosie.
Yeah.
Children who start behind in reading are likely to stay behind. Don't let your child be left behind. And there's so much you can do to prevent that from happening. In this Parent-Teacher Corner, we'll examine child literacy and how you can help a struggling reader. This is the third of a four-part series called Literacy Learning Tools for Success. And joining us again for some insight is Dr. Michele Dufresne, literacy consultant and author of Pioneer Valley Books, and Dr. Floretta Thornton-Reid, Executive Director of the Reading Recovery Center at Georgia State University. Good morning, ladies.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
So nice to meet you.
I am so glad you're here because I will tell you right up front, I am a mom that has a child that struggles with her reading. And you're gonna help me today, okay? But let me start with you, Doctor. I read in an article, and this really surprised me, and this may surprise our viewers out there as well. It says here that children who have not developed some basic literacy skills, just basic, by the time they enter school are 3 to 4 times more likely to drop out in later years. This is unbelievable, Dr. Dufresne.
Well, your ability to read is very connected to your success in school, so it's really true, but there is some good news.
Okay.
In the last 20 years, we've learned so much about teaching children to read. Once upon a time, it was really, if you didn't learn to read, it seemed like a lifelong sentence. But the good news is we now know if you intervene early, you can really learn to read and be a very, very good reader.
Dr. Reid?
That is so important. I agree with Dr. Dufresne. Having that opportunity for early intervention is the key in turning children around who are struggling with reading.
So if you have that issue, and I do with my older daughter, what can a parent do to help that child move forward and be successful?
Well, it's very important motivation. So reading really needs to be a fun, positive experience.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that your child has books that they can and want to read. So you want books that are exciting, topic-wise, that they want to read. You want engaging characters and storylines. And most important, it needs to not be too hard. Not too easy and not too hard.
Exactly. Now, I want to talk more about intervention, Dr. Reid. I know you work with an organization. It's called Reading Recovery.
Yes.
Apparently, it does wonders. It's like a one-to-one tutoring, if you will, with the children. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it all, where something like this can make such a difference.
It does make a difference. Reading Recovery provides teachers with professional development, so you end up with highly trained professionals who make the difference in a short amount of time. It's not a long-term intervention. You can see the results in 12 to 15 weeks, and children are back on grade level and able to benefit from the good classroom instruction.
And you know, you're right on, Dr. Dufresne, when you say it's got to be a book that's fun, not too much of a challenge. And I want to talk about your books, the Pioneer Valley books. Tell me about them.
They're written for preschool through early 3rd grade. Very high interest for children at that level. So we've really worked to have books that support children to feel really successful. So I think parents really need to get more books into children's hands. Try and have your children read more books.
And tell me about your website, too.
Well, we have a website that's been geared towards teachers where you can get a lot of resources in terms of support, in terms of lesson plans, and we have a new website launching just for parents. And for parents, we have a little assessment that parents can use to really find out how your child is doing in reading. And there you'll find out what level they're reading at, and it'll really help you learn what kind of books would be just right so that your child will be successful.
I got to tell you, great information, great segment. Ladies, thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. It was fun.
Anytime. And of course, we look forward to their next visit when we'll discuss transitioning your child to chapter books. And in the meantime, to find out more about how you can help a struggling reader, visit pioneervalleybooks.com.